everyone, this is Chris May, your local DFW realtor. Thank you for joining me today. Today I wanted to go over a mortgage calculator with you. I've noticed that there are a lot of people out there who don't really have an accurate idea of how much their mortgage payment could be, how low it could be, especially compared to rental prices sometimes. I've also noticed that there's some people who, especially if they're first starting to look and you're on Zillow and Realtor.com and you're seeing the estimated mortgage amount on there, a lot of times it's a bit inaccurate, so people might think that they can afford more than they really can. So I wanted to just go over this with you real fast so that you can get a better idea of what you'd be looking at and help you make the best decision for you. So jumping right in, this is just Zillow's mortgage calculator. So I just Googled Zillow mortgage calculator, pulled it up, and this is how it auto-populates. Actually, yeah, there. So as you can see, this is the full mortgage payment, and then it's broken up into 4 different sections. So this is private mortgage insurance, this is home insurance, this is property taxes, and this is P&I, or principal and interest. So as you'll see, as we play with numbers over here, numbers within here will change, and your mortgage payment will go up and down based on those numbers. So the first thing you want to do, especially if you are looking to purchase something in Texas, is you want to come down here to Advanced and go to this property tax section. So here in Texas, we do not have state income tax, so our property taxes are higher than most other states. So I'm pretty sure Zillow just takes a national average for these numbers and auto-populates it that way. But because we have higher property taxes here, we need to change this in order to get a better, more accurate view of what we're going to be looking at. So it's going to look more like this. So as you can see, that jumped up quite a bit. This is Flower Mound and Louisville's tax rate. So even within the DFW area or Texas at large, different cities and towns are going to have different tax rates just based off their school district budget and city budget and all that. So I did make a sheet for you to refer to. These are just some of the other areas that I work in. As you can see, they range quite a bit. I mean, you have 2.08 over here, ranging all the way to 2.78. I know there's parts of Fort Worth that are in the 2.8 somewhere. So it can range quite a bit. So, especially people looking in different areas, this can definitely come into play. So it's a good idea to know these different rates so that you can play with numbers and help you make a decision. All right. Back to the mortgage calculators. So that's the biggest, most crucial part. I'll go over the rest of this here briefly for you. Home insurance, that's a pretty decent amount to start with. Now that's going to go up or down depending on how big the house is, how new the house is. If it's older or bigger, your home insurance is going to be more expensive. Also, I do recommend when you are shopping for home insurance while you're purchasing to definitely look into bundling your auto insurance and your home insurance. A lot of times you can get that down quite a bit. But this is a good number to start with without knowing any other information about what you're looking for. And then back up here, interest rate. Again, this is a national average, so I'm sure that's going to be relatively accurate just depending on whatever day you're looking. Interest rates go up and down every day, so keep that in mind. But this again will help you get an idea and shouldn't change this too much if it's a little off. And then back up here, so when the main point of a mortgage calculator is to just play around with numbers, see, hey, if I put down this much, how much will my down payment be? How much money am I going to need to come up with to get my mortgage to a place where I can comfortably afford to pay it. This is where you'll play around with all that. Now, a lot of people seem to think you need 20% down to purchase a home, especially people who haven't bought a home before. That's just not the case. In fact, for first-time home buyers, you more often see 3.5% down. There's a 3% conventional or 5% conventional loan is extremely common as well. You got to realize a lot of times when people are putting 20% down or more, a lot of times that's their second, third, fourth home. So hopefully they've made money off of the sale of their house, so they can afford to put more down. Or some people just make a lot of money, so can afford to do that. Um, so one thing to notice over here when you do change this around, um, if this amount is anything less than 20%, then you're going to be required to pay private mortgage insurance. Okay. So this is just there to protect whoever's lending you the money in case you default on your loan. So as you can see, as I push that up, this amount goes down. Okay. All the way to 20%, and then that's completely gone. Okay. And you'll also notice your principal and interest goes down because obviously if you're putting more money down, you're getting a less amount of the loan, so you have less to pay monthly in order to pay that loan off. One more thing to note about PMI or private mortgage insurance. Let's say you purchase a home, you put 5% down. In a couple of years, as you pay into the home a little bit, as your home appreciates, you could get this lowered or knocked off once you start to build equity in the home. So once you own 20% of the home, then you can reach out to your mortgage lender. A lot of times they'll send you a letter when they note that you have owned 20%. A lot of times it's later than you could actually get it down. But they'll send out an appraiser, see how much equity you have in the home, and if you own more than 20%, then you can get that PMI completely off. Also, if you're a veteran and you're using a VA loan, there is no PMI, so you don't have to worry about that. Your interest rate might be a little bit different, so you're definitely going to want to look at that. But with a VA loan, not only do you not have to put any money down whatsoever, you also won't have to pay PMI even if you're putting down less than 20%. So that is a great option for veterans out there. There's also some down payment assistance programs out there and first-time homebuyer programs that might be worth looking into if your home price is within the range that they allow and your income is within the range that they allow. A lot of times you can get all of your upfront costs paid for. Your interest rate will go up, but it might be something worth looking into if you're not wanting to come up with all that cash but still want to purchase a home and start to build equity. Feel free to message me about that. I'd be happy to give you more information on that. But that is pretty much it for today. I hope that was helpful. I tried to make it as short and sweet as possible. Again, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. Just shoot me a message. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Or if you want a list of homes or anything, I'd be happy to set that up for you. Thank you for joining me today, and good luck out there.